let me show you how to join those two babies together. The paper is still in. This is important for the form. You put them right sides together and decide on which edge you will start. We will start on this edge. This is my needle. I have taken a red thread so you can see what I'm doing. The knot is already there where it's supposed to be. You already know how to do this. You learned it in the boot camp. Now, what I do is I go between the paper and the fabric, put my needle in there and come out right at the edge of the hexagon. And go right on the other side in. I just take a few threads. And this is the big secret number one. If you want to make your stitches quite invisible, try to take only, I always say this is too much. You see this? This is way too much. About 3 to 4 threads on every side of the fabric. You don't want to take only one thread because this will break and nobody wants that. Just take a few threads here and a few threads there. And whatever you do, don't poke through the paper because you won't get out. You won't get it out properly. You see, this is only a few threads here. And my needle is a big, thick. Could use a thinner needle. Thinner needle is a very good idea. So only a few threads and pull it through. Now, if we open this, you have very, very tiny stitches on the surface. And if you take not a red thread, but a green one, they will be barely noticeable. This is how it looks from the back. Now, this is one possibility. Whatever you do, don't poke the paper, don't take too much of it, just only a few threads. This is trick number one. If you want, if you're comfortable with this, use it, it is good. If you want to do it a bit more complicated, my favorite variation is this. This is how I do it. I don't put them like this, but I take them like that. This is a bit awkward to hold at the beginning, but I really like to, I just bend it a bit with my finger. Like this, you see these two fingers are bending it a bit backwards. And then I take here my stitches. Only a few threads on every side. Now why I am doing this, I can show you in just a second. Like you saw this. The bottom. Now, why am I doing this? Because normally you have your two hexagons. This is a paper. This is the fabric. It's basted around the paper, right? And if you sew it like this, like you did, you do it like this. This is absolutely okay. But if you open up when you're finished and the hexagon goes there in the finished product, this piece of thread is like that. This is why you want to minimize these amount of stitches, because this piece of it, this is what will show at the end. So take your small stitches. The advantage of the butterfly method, as I call it, is following. You have your paper here, you have your fabric here. I'm not an artful person, you see. So, and if you sew it from the back like I just showed you, your needle will go up here and will go out here. So this piece of thread is so small, nobody will see it from the front. And this is why I use this method. So give it a try if you want. I know it's a bit strange at the beginning, but it's really invisible. Now, one last thing. You take the paper out as soon as all 6 sides of your hexagon are sewn to another piece, variation 1, or until you decide to put it on a surface, to use it, to sew it on somewhere. Then I take it, then I give it a good press, let it cool take it out and use it at once, so it won't get all wonky and ugly. So I hope this was helpful. Have fun sewing some hexies together, and we will keep in touch, I hope.